Imagine only having to feed your chickens once every 3 and a bit months. This is a very easy and cost-effective way to make a chicken feeder. The tools that you're gonna need for this are pretty basic. I always have my little kit. I just got this off of Amazon. This is a very, very cheap kit. I think like 20 bucks right now. First thing you need to do is you need to go out and buy a couple elbows, PVC elbows. You need some screws, a couple blocks of wood I've just pulled out of my scrap pile. A clamp. This is to hold things down while you saw them so they don't go flying. A caulking gun. This is one of the cheapest ones, which I like because it's all metal. I highly recommend that. Safety things for your ears and eyes, of course, and a drill with a saw. And you need to get a hole saw. This is a hole saw set, a 55-gallon drum. These drums you can pick up at lots of different places. You can buy them online, but the cheapest way to get them is to find someone who's importing food-safe chemicals in, because often they have these to get rid of. This one came from a dairy farm, and it was chlorine to help clean out the inside of milk tanks. First step is to cut the lid off the barrel. Now some barrels will come with a lid, this one does not, so I'm gonna have to cut it off. Now I'm gonna keep my saw blade straight, and I'm just gonna cut along the edge. I'm not even gonna mark it because I'm just gonna cut as close as I can using this. I'm gonna cut the whole thing off. Once you're done cutting off the lid and making sure it fits right, then the next thing you need to do is rinse out this barrel, and then we are going to line these up and cut the holes. Pro tip for when drilling the hole in a plastic barrel, put this on backwards so what you would normally use this on for a piece of wood. It's because if it is going the normal way, it's just going to try to catch that plastic and rip it around and move it around. But if it's going backwards, it will melt the hole through. You'll get a cleaner hole and it will be easier. Now that we have the holes done on the barrel and the lid cut off, the next step is to prepare your PVC elbows. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut bottom section out while leaving the back. This is very important because the section that allows the food to actually get in. And the bottoms of these are going to be full up to food as high as you cut that. So I'm gonna cut that right along this rim here, but I'm gonna leave that piece on the back. And that piece on the back is important because that is what your piece of wood is going to attach to. That is going to allow you to screw it to the bottom of the barrel. So we're gonna do that for both PVC elbows and get them ready. The backs are on of these. The next step is to put them in and draw the outline of our bricks, and then we are going to pre-drill the holes in the bottom. Once this is all screwed in and secured, the next step is just to caulk the edges and make it all smooth and let it dry. Create a bead going all the way around. You will notice that these gaps are big on one side and small on the other, and that's okay. There's a little bit of play in there. So I'm gonna make a big bead going around, and then to make the caulking really nice and smooth, I'm gonna take my finger and lightly kind of pull it around, and that's gonna give it a really clean seal on the outside. You can do this on the inside too, just for some extra added support. If your caulking is not perfect, that is absolutely okay. After all your pieces are together, all you have to do is let this whole piece dry, and then it is good for filling.